I'm Leadership Development Coach Kathy Archer. Last week, I introduced you to 4 hacks that you can use to help you feel more confident as a leader. For review, here they are again. Know you can, believe you can, act like you can, and stand like you can. Today, we're going to dive deeper into the know you can one. Know you can is all about competency. There are a lot of things that when you move into leadership that are different than frontline. And if you're like many of us, you moved from frontline, from doing the work, to supervising and managing without a lot of training, without a lot of formal, learning around it, and probably without very much experience. The first thing you need to do is know that you can actually do it. That's about competency. And there are 2 things that will help you with this. The first is training. The second is practice. So you must increase your level of training. And then once you get that basic training, you have to then practice it. So when you think about moving into leadership, some of the things that maybe you don't know how to do are things like supervising staff. Supervising staff is more than, doing up the schedule for the week, the hours, and making sure that timesheets are signed off and policies are followed. Supervising staff is about a lot of things, such as growing people, figuring out their strengths, and then taking those strengths and growing and developing them. Dealing with some of the deficiencies that staff have, and how are you going to balance all of that? That sometimes takes some training. That might be taking a course in supervision. It might be reading a book on how to manage people. It might be things like learning about conflict resolution and communicating. It might be things like how do you set goals or help other people set goals for themselves. Those are all training pieces you might need to take. Perhaps you were like me and had no idea how to budget. How do you take a program and manage a budget? And how do you worry about spreadsheets? Maybe it's strategic planning you don't know how to do, and how to develop goals for your program to set a vision and then take people from where they are now to where you all want to be. Perhaps you're not sure what to do with yourself when you show up for a meeting. You're at this big meeting with some other people and you're like, I just want to hide in the corner and hang out on my cell phone. How do you work a room? How do you network? How do you build those relationships? For that matter, how do you speak up in a meeting? How do you give a presentation? Those are all some skills that you also may want to look at. So look at the skills you need to develop. Think about the areas that you struggle with in your leadership. What is it that you need to do to build up those skills? And where might you do that? It might be a formal course or some formal education. Perhaps it's a book you need to read. Perhaps it's a group you need to join. Maybe it's a person you need to talk to. What are you going to do to develop those skills? So think about that piece first. What's the skill I need to develop? Where can I get information and develop that skill or increase that knowledge? Remember, we're looking at competency here, right? You need to know the skill and be able to do the skill. The second part is after you've done the training or while you're doing the training is the practice piece. Knowledge is only knowledge. It's not until you apply it and put it into practice and practice it again and again and again that you start to master it, that you start to get better at it, that you start to feel more comfortable and confident at doing it. Knowledge is the first part. It's applying the knowledge that's going to take you to that level of comfortability and the confidence that you want to do it all the time. If it's public speaking that you're looking at, look for opportunities where you can sit on boards or committees, or just simple opportunities where you can put your hand up and share your ideas or thoughts to develop that confidence in being competent to put the words out there. If you're looking at, I need to get better at figuring out how to organize and plan meetings, then read a book on organization and planning meetings. Then take the strategies, and for the next 6 months, every time you have a staff meeting, apply those strategies and go back to it after. What worked, what didn't work, what do I need to do differently? Where do I still need to ask for help? What piece do I need to reread? Practice, practice, practice. It's that practice, just like the basketball player who does layup after layup, or the musician who is practicing their song, or the writer who continues to write every day, or the actor who works their way up through the scenes. You as a leader need to practice your trade. Practice, practice, practice. That's what's going to give you the increase in the skill and the comfortability and the confidence to do it regularly. So the first hack in increasing your confidence level is to know that you can. That means you take some training, increase your skill, read a book, and then practice it. Know you can is about knowledge and practice. So take that into your work week this week and look at where you can increase your confidence level by increasing your knowledge and skill in a particular area. And you will be well on your way to increasing your confidence as a leader today. If you are looking to increase your confidence, you may be interested in my new book, Mastering Confidence. Discover your leadership potential by awakening your inner guidance system. You can find it on Amazon or click on my website and I'll share the link with you.